Our next guest for this evening is none other than Sandeep Ohri. Please give him a big hand. He's had over 24 years of experience in strategizing, launching and running various businesses, from packaging to IT and office automation, from graphics design to broadcast video, from CAD, CAM, GIS, I don't know if I'm saying it the right way, yes, to homeland security, and he's passionate about everything that he does.
Awareness, we circulated emails, we made the template for them and said, if you really don't agree with this tariff hike, here's the thing that you need to say, put your name down and email it here. So then we started having, 20, 30, 40, 50, 200, 300 people turn up at hearings. So then, the MERC turned around and started recognizing that, okay, these guys are doing some work. So then now, of course, they have actually appointed 2 or 3 of us as the authorized consumer representatives. Okay. So when the companies, when they propose the tariff petition to MERC, and if the MERC appoints us, we actually get a copy before it even comes up for a public hearing. Okay. So we get a chance to hear it, argue it before, because I kept telling the guys that after you've done all of this, you're bringing it to the public and there's no time and nobody has time. They would have the hearings in town. I said, we are suburban consumers. On a work day, you expect us to trudge all the way to town, in a 2-hour journey, and try and do this. It's not going to happen. So by default, nobody is going to oppose it. So it gets passed through. So anyway, so this is what we did. So accidental activist.
Accidental. Okay, that was interesting. Yeah. Okay, in a world which has got self-gain is of prime importance, what made you choose a profession of which the greater common good is a greater common? Like, what made you choose that over there? You went ahead and did that. One was, of course, we had, of course. See, I believe that a lot of people, they're well-meaning people. They're trying to do their business. They're trying to do their things. Not everybody is an expert at everything. So there are people like Nikhil mentioned. There are people who are good at, maybe sales and marketing. There are people who are good at maybe, management. There are people who have great technical ideas, but there are the other gaps. But I believe that if you have access to information and it becomes easy to act upon that information, so that's something that will get people going. So that's something which was there with me. So I try to do it in all the jobs that I do, in all the different ventures that I've worked in companies that I've worked in. I try to bring that aspect into it. That not everybody knows everything. You can't have a sales team of 10 people and expect all of them to do their numbers. Some guy may be good at correspondence, the other guy is good at meeting people, the third guy is good at networking, the fourth guy is good at making a business plan. You find out who's good at what and give that guy to do it. So maybe if there are 10 guys and you have got sales team of around 10 guys, maybe assign the business plan responsibility to maybe 2 or 3 of them. Okay. Not everybody will be good at Excel. Correct. But they may be good at networking, they may be good at convincing the customer, get those guys to train the other guys, get these guys to do that guy's work. So I think that instead of trying to equalize everyone, you rather work on whatever strengths they have and get them to get the team up together. So that's what I try to do. That's what Kiran looks like, something like that.
I was just telling him I learned a lot from what he was saying, but don't send me the bill.
Tell us something about Sandeep Ohri. What are your education, passion, adjectives which describe you?
My activist is not one.
Okay.
No. Adjectives that describe me, actually you should ask my team. They've got a whole lot of names for me. Stubborn, crazy, this guy's nuts, things like that. He's unreasonable, So I think those are the kind of adjectives that would actually describe me. But education-wise, I did my CA and I was listening to him and realized when I was in the final year of CA that I really didn't want to do CA. Okay. It also happened to me in school, When I was in school, we have the optional that we do. So I had taken the option as technical drawing. Okay. And the alternative 2 we had in ICS, which is the science and maths oriented thing. And while I was doing that, and you have to make the selection in 9th. So you do the 9th and 10th with that. The other guys took the alternative 1, which is more the arts and commerce stuff and all. So I took alternative 2 and very happily in 9th, yeah, that's it, everyone will do science and all that. By the time I was halfway through 10th, I'm like, I have to do this, Technical drawing, couldn't draw for nuts, I'm nowhere close to getting any good mark. And everyone said, you take TD, you'll score. And I'm like, TD, that's going to bring me down, But anyway, that's when I realized that I don't want to do science. And so after doing all the technical drawing and everything and all in 10th, I went and joined commerce. And then I did CA. And then when I was finishing CA, I said, what am I doing this? Am I going to do this balancing the balance sheet and trial balance? And it's boring, you know. Go to audit and, you know, with due respect to all of those who enjoy it, it's boring work, you know. I mean, what is it? How creative can you be to balance the left hand side and the right hand side, you know? So anyway, fortunately, we had a family business, and my dad said, like, you know, why don't you come and join the business? So I yeah, what the hell, you know, it's good, it's interesting, it's business, you're going to make money. So I joined the family business, and it was in packaging, and I had no clue. I wasn't even a science student, you know, thanks to my damn CA. You know, so anyway, I got in there, and he taught me one thing. He says, you really want to get good at this, you know, you start on the shop floor. You know, you don't sit in the table over here and try to do the stuff on the computer and all that. You know, all that is fine. You know, you can do that in your spare time. But if you really want to learn the business, you know, you go there and get your hands dirty. You know. So I actually learned the business and learned how printing is, and found it very interesting. You know, picked it up and, you know, ran it for 5 years, grew the business. So I think that, you know, if people take enough interest in, you know, they're really passionate about something that they want to do, I think they'll figure out a way of doing it. You know, sometimes they need to be facilitated. You know, but sometimes, you know, like not everyone can, you know, go find a business coach. But somebody would always need to have a mentor or a coach or something in your organization, and, you know, and try and find that, or some friend or something like that will do that. But if they find that person, you know, probably they, you know, they'll egg you on in the right direction.
Correct.
That's also where the networking part comes in. You know, because sometimes you meet people, you know, that give you good ideas, and, you know, somebody says, hey, that's a great idea, and then you say, yeah, I thought it was a great idea. And there's somebody else who says it's a great idea. Maybe I need to do it. You know? So it's like
Something
that.
about your family?
Family? Yeah, okay. My wife, she used to, she's an engineer actually, and, you know, we used to always joke because it happens with my brother also. I did CA, and I used to work in an IT company and handling technology and CAD/CAM and things like that, and highly technical stuff. And my brother is also an MS in computer science, and he works for JP Morgan.
Okay.
Okay. And my wife is an engineer, and she used to work for ICICI Bank. You know, and I used to always joke. I said, hey, I'm the guy in the family who did the CA. You know, what are you guys working for? Financial consultants and banks and things like that. And I'm working in an IT company. But anyway, so she's done a good amount of work, and she's rock solid behind me. Right now, she's looking after our family business.
Okay.
She quit her job because my dad had a stroke last year, and he couldn't go to work.
I know.
So we didn't know what to do because, you know, things just came to a standstill, and I was already doing something else. So she said, what the hell, you know, I'm working for somebody else. And she was working for Boston Scientific, you know, so
okay.
They sell stents and things like that. So she quit her job. She's doing very well, but she quit, and she's looking after the family business and packaging now. She's picked that up pretty well. I have 2 kids. My daughter is, she'll be 19 now, and she's studying for her, she's just finishing her first year Bachelor of Media Studies in Symbiosis in Pune.
Okay.
And my son is in the 9th.
Okay.
And both of them have minds of their own, which we try to understand sometimes, but flop. But we let them do what they do because, you know, I think that's the way it is nowadays.
I know. Okay. So you've done work. When did you start in your journey so far? Tell us something about your work. You were at Rolta, I think, and then
see, after I did my packaging business, it just, you know, like we were just discussing that nobody plans their career. You know, you don't sit around in college or in school and say, you know, one day I'll be this. You know. Maybe you'll get there, and then you'll realize that, okay, now I've done this. You know, like he said, you know, I've done the business part. Now I want to be Amir Khan. You know, whatever. So, you know, so you don't really plan that for the next 10 years or for the next 50 years. This is what I'm going to do. So we got into the business. I know I got in there, picked up the packaging thing, and in packaging, what happens is, you know, we do flexible packaging for people who make snack foods and wafers and things like that. So a lot of our customers are into that business. So lots of new designs that come out that need to be printed. So I got very interested in the designing part. So we used to do the designing and the graphics and all, and that's how I got into graphics.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I got into graphics, and then from the 2D print graphics, I got into the 3D graphics, and I got more oriented towards, wow, you know, you can do 3D, and 3D is wonderful, you know, and then you can do video, you know, and the 3D happens, and the special effects happen, and so I got enamored by that. No formal training, just jumped into it, invested some money, bought some systems, and struggled and learned through, you know, finally we got the hang of it, what the hell we wanted to do. Then we started looking more at the business aspect of that.
Which year was this?
This was in, this would have been 92, 93, 94 at that time.
That's when the PCs and all started coming in.
Yeah, so the PC started getting a little better, you know. We were working on a different platform. It was an Amiga platform.
Okay.
So
So there was the PC platform, there was the Mac platform, there was the Amiga platform, which was more a gaming console thing. But they had some good stuff, so that's how we started off. So we started doing some more development work on that, and started doing some graphics for broadcast, studios and things like that. So that's where I got interested in, and then we became distributors for some companies, which are actually selling the software. So got into the selling and business aspect of that.
Okay.
Moved into office automation, and then suddenly, what happened is I got an offer from Rolta, which said that, why don't you come in and start up the digital media pre-press division, over there. They had some plans. So they took me in, I headed that division. So we built a team, we started up, they had some hardware. So it was not software oriented, but more hardware oriented. So we did that. So that grew. Then I moved into, they said, okay, why don't you handle the CAD-CAM aspect? So I said, hey, okay, what the hell, New business line, new product came in. They had taken up some new distributorship of product. Okay, we'll do that too. So we did that. At the same time, RoltaNet was launched, the internet services as an ISP. It was Mumbai's #1 ISP at one time. That was also launched when I was there.
Okay.
So I did a lot of different businesses, So I kept treating them as a business, because when I joined Rolta also, I told the guy who hired me, I said, hey, I've never done a job in my life, okay? So are you sure you really want me, Because he says, yeah, we're looking for somebody who can actually take this and run it as a business.
Okay.
So I said, okay, great, your risk, I get paid, so that's fine with me. So anyway, he was bold enough to do that and gave me that chance, so I took it up and did it. So they kept moving me into these roles, it kept getting interesting. So I did a lot of work, then of course I had to take a break and come back to the packaging business, and this electricity thing happened, and then briefly I moved, there's a friend of mine who I used to buy the stuff from, the Amiga stuff. That company incidentally is Monarch.
Okay.
So I've been a customer, one of the first customers of Monarch. Of which I'm the CEO today. But so in between, I helped the owner of Monarch, who's a friend of mine. We developed a lot of stuff together. Then I helped him take his, he was actually a videographer. Very interesting story. He's actually himself a videographer where he used to, do the videography, weddings and things like that. And then after you do the shooting, you need to do the editing and make special effects, and you see all of that. So there are no systems, I mean, you don't have an Adobe Premiere that gives you all the effects that you see in the Indian wedding video. So the guy actually went out and, built the stuff and built the software and built the hardware and invested in that and did that. When I came in 2007 or so, we took that to the next level and took it into broadcast, because the technology is pretty much the same. As long as it can handle regular video, you can make it, step it up to handle even broadcast television, So we did that, we worked on it, we struggled for some time, but we launched that. So then we did that. Then I went back to Rolta because they had a joint venture with a French company in defense, and they wanted, to move that business up. So they called me back and they said, hey, you're the guy who runs all these businesses for us, here is something which is not moving. So we started up we took that to the next level. I launched the Homeland Security Solutions of Rolta. And
it doesn't have anything to do with the US Homeland Security, no?
No, based on that, solutions that can do that. Yeah. Okay. So we called it Homeland Security because that's the only way. If you say security, it sounds like a security guard. So if you say Homeland Security, everyone knows what you're talking of. So we did that, we built that business line and all. And then I came back to Monarch and took this business of broadcast and took it worldwide. And of course we won the Red Herring.
I saw you.
Yeah, we won the
He's
Red
very
Herring.
active on Twitter and Facebook and all. So that's how I know him actually.
This is, incidentally, I must tell you guys, this is the first time we've met in person. Okay, I've never seen this guy. I've seen this guy before, never met him in person. Today is the first day.
That's the power of social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have. Fantastic. So you've done that. Small rapid fire round. Okay. Fear.
Doesn't exist.
Okay. Dreams.
Plenty.
God.
In everyone.
Entrepreneur. Gutsy. Challenges.
Should be taken.
Change.
A must.
RTI.
Can be misused.
Activist.
Bad word.
Okay. Your future plans. Now, shall I tell the secret to everybody?
Yeah, it's not a secret.
So he is moving on from Monarch. He has built them to this thing, and he just shared with me that he is going to be starting something on your own.
Yeah, we're starting a venture, which is, of course, see what I always believe is, you stay with a job or stay with a company till you can give it your best, until you find the environment or the work environment and the atmosphere and the job challenging enough. If the job runs out of challenges or if you run out of steam, either way,
it's time for you to go.
Move on.
You know, so it's not a question of it's a good thing to go or a bad thing to go. If you go, you know, nobody is indispensable. You know, everything will work. You know, you may think you're the best guy and mere bagair kuch nahi hoga, and nothing like that. You know, everything is going to work just fine. You know, they will figure out a way to do it differently. You know?
Yep.
But that's just about it. You know, you may have your own way of doing it. When you move on, they will find their own way. They may or may not use your way. If it's damn good and it still works for them, they'll use your way. If it doesn't, they'll find a different way. You know? So I don't think people should be afraid from moving jobs. You know, they should move jobs, but they should know why they're moving. Either they're tired of it, they don't feel challenged to go to work anywhere in the morning, or the job itself, you know, is like, okay, you're going to do more of the same. You know, today you're doing 5 crores, 10 crores, 40 crores, 50 crores, 100 crores, 500 crores. I don't know. Tomorrow you want to do 800 crores. Okay, so you'll do 800 crores. Okay, you'll put 4 more sales guys. You'll do some little more marketing. You'll come up with a new product or a line extension, and okay, you'll probably hit 800 crores. But then, is that going to be challenging enough for you to stick around to do it? Or you make the plan and let them run their way, you know. But you need to figure out what you need to do. So I kept questioning myself, you know. Okay, I've been doing this here and there. And I've run everything as my own business anyway. So I said, what else? What next? You know. So I thought that there are a few gaps in the offerings that are there. You know, that most companies have put out in the broadcast market, and there are some niches that can be, you know, filled or addressed. So I thought maybe, you know, why not try and do that? Possibly within the Monarch structure, you know, that would gel with Monarch as a brand.
Correct.
So it doesn't make sense to get, you know, Monarch to do that. So probably, you know, think of something else, because so that's what we're doing. So it's still, you know, being formed. You know, it's in formative stage, and so I think so maybe in a few weeks' time. You know,
So you're going back to be an entrepreneur.
I think I was always an entrepreneur. You know, whether I work with my money for myself or with some company's money, and I just get paid a salary. But I think if everybody is not thinking like an entrepreneur, I don't think you'll probably get very far. You know, because you need to, at the end of the day, think of it. Hey, you run your own houses.
Yeah.
Okay? So is that a skill set that, you know, you say, I have to be, you know, I must know how to run my house and manage my budget at home. You're not a CA, but you manage your budget at home. You know, everybody does that. Okay, that's pretty simple. You know, so you just run your business the way it is.
One lesson that life has taught you.
Business-wise or personal?
Personal.
Personal. Yeah. Change is inevitable. So if you stop changing, you stop growing, you stop thinking differently. You know, you might as well check yourself into the cemetery. You know,
Okay.
so, because I think because the change is going to happen. You know, it's going to happen. You know, whether you change it or somebody else changes it, because you may find your comfort zone and say, well, you know, this is what I always dreamt of, the job that I have, or the home that I have, or the family that I have. The kids are going to grow up. You know, they're going to grow up. They're going to go away. You know, or they're going to be there, liabilities for you, or they're going to go away and be assets for the rest of the world. Who knows? You know, but the change is going to happen. The biggest thing is you need to be able to accept change and move on. You know, you need to find. I think that's something that I've learned. You know, that if you try to fight change, okay, you know, you take your chances. But it's going to change. It's how you accept it that really matters.
Something you like to change in yourself.
Something I like to change. I'd like to network a lot more.
Okay.
You know, in the real world, you know,
Okay.
the online networking thing and all, it's good, it's okay, you know, that's how we met. But I think, you know, physical networking, I think, you know, that personal contact, I think that's something which, you know, I'm seriously trying to change that. You know, I got myself here, okay? So,
Okay.
but that's something which I think I really need to do.
So then the next question is not relevant, because how important is networking?
No, it's very important. I mean, there's no two ways about it. There's, like he said, you know, that your sales guys, well, they have their job, but, you know, as the entrepreneur, what are your contacts? What are your networking? I think that's something which doesn't go away. You know, we do that with friends. You know, let's say a friend needs an help for some work, or maybe it's got nothing to do with your business. You know, but you know some doctor who can help a friend of yours. That's also networking.
Absolutely.
You know? So you say that, you know, my uncle had this problem and he went to that doctor, so I can get that number for your sister's child or something like that. That's also networking. You know? So networking helps everywhere. You know? So I think it's very, very important.
Your take on social media and how has it helped your business?
Social media, okay. Right now in our business, let's be very honest, you know, not really very many people are on it. Not in India. Overseas, it's a big thing as far as social media is concerned. I think we still in India need to figure out how to use social media for the business aspect. You know, right now I still think, I could be completely wrong, this is just my personal opinion, that we are using social media just to get some news or get some information or maybe interact with a few people that we know, whether it's on Twitter, we know some guys on Twitter and some handles that you interact with, so you interact with them, or you subscribe to a whole lot of news sites and you get yourself updated.
Correct.
If somebody says there was an earthquake in Iran, the first thing you'll do is go to Twitter. Somebody or the other on the timeline is going to give you the details. So you don't have to go log in, find a website and do something. You go to Twitter. If you're there on CNN or BBC or 400 other guys who are retweeting all of that, so you'll come to know it was 7.8 and it happened in Iran, it was felt in Pakistan and felt in Ahmedabad, and that's where I got my info from. So we're still using it for that. I think that needs to move to another level. I really don't have any clue how it will happen, whether it's a mindset change, which is probably very difficult, or whether we need to find an easier way of using it, because it can be used. It's very powerful. I see it being used a lot overseas. People actually network and actually get things done. But here in India, I think, and that's a potential area to grow.
One thing you have never tried and you like to try?
One thing which I've never tried, which I would like to try. No, I've done a lot of crazy things. I've tried a lot of stupid things, including singing on stage in school. So I don't think there's anything which I have not tried which I would like to try. So there was one thing which was there on that list, and I did it 2 years back. I'm shit scared of heights.
Okay.
I'm shit scared of water. Okay. So I went paragliding.
Okay.
That beats the damn thing out of both.
Okay.
You're way up in the sky over the water. So I was like, that was my biggest fear, and I said that one day I'm going to do this. 2 years back, we had gone to Goa, and my wife was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "This is the only way it's going to get out of me." Okay, so whatever it is, I'm going to do it. So I did that. So that was it.
Fantastic. In your next life,
You're
what
going to
would
give me
you
some
like
options.
Yep. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Amir Khan, Dhirubhai Ambani.
Okay, at the risk of sounding like him, it has to be Amir Khan. The rest of the guys, okay.
You all will gel well. Business coach and this. Your message to the audience over here.
Okay, for those who are wanting to set up businesses or who are in business, I say this to my sales team also, and I tell them very often. If you have an idea, every great idea may not be a great business. Okay, every great idea, I have this idea. No guarantee that you're going to make money. What you need to figure out is if your idea can make money or not. So you do what you think can make you money, because if it's a business, okay, it not only has to benefit somebody else, but in order for you to get that benefit to more people, you need to make more money. So either you make that money or somebody will see that it's valuable and fund you. So it has to be, there is a money aspect involved. You're not doing charitable stuff, Maybe you want to do that separately and you have enough money and you say, I'm fine, I've got some money in the fixed deposit and I'm getting some interest and I'm fine with that. Okay, so I'll do this charitable work. That's okay too. But if you're doing a business, you need to figure out a couple of things. One, what problem are you solving? Okay, are you solving a problem? Okay. Two, how much is somebody going to pay you for solving that damn problem? Okay. I give a simple example to my sales team, and I say that just because you have some great technology doesn't mean somebody is going to pay you for it. Your technology may be cool and maybe stuff and it'll swipe and it'll do this. Is somebody going to pay you for it? Okay, I'll solve a problem. Okay, what's the problem? We go from the western suburbs, from Borivali, Kandivali, people, lakhs of commuters every day go to town. And it takes them 2 hours and they become, consumer in the train. And they reach Nariman Point in no shape to go for a sensible business meeting. But that's the fastest way. You can't reach Nariman Point in 45 minutes otherwise. You sit in a car and it's 2.5 hours. So the problem is what? Let's get to Nariman Point in great shape in 20 minutes. Helicopter. Okay, great. Wonderful. You'll be there in 20 minutes. Okay, so fine. You have a helicopter service. How much are people willing to pay for it? 300 rupees in a taxi, 500 rupees in a taxi. Okay, I'll pay $1,000. Okay, great. $1,000 ticket charge one way. Great. Are you going to make money providing that service in $1,000? So that's the third question you need to ask. Am I solving a problem? Okay, so is there a problem? First. Is there a solution that I have? Second. Are people willing to pay for that solution? Third. Am I going to make money from what people are willing to pay? Fourth. You got these 4 things figured out. I think you're reasonably okay to start a business.
Your experience with Jam with Sam. This is the first time I've come. What have you heard about it? What are your kind of experiences
I was
you had?
asking people, have you been here before? How do these things happen, So I asked you too, what's the agenda, who speaks, is there a presentation? I haven't done anything. And he says, no, it's been great experience. I think, and as I said, there's something that I need to do more often. Get out there and mix around. Sometimes you're so busy doing what you're doing, you don't get to mix around where there is no very immediate and obvious business interest, or personal interest. Just to move around and get things done. I think it's a great forum. It's a great job that you're doing. I didn't know you were doing all this. On Twitter, you appear like somebody else. You sure you're doing the handle yourself? Maybe she's typing it right now.
She's typing Jambits, I'm handling.
Okay, that was close. Yeah.
Great. Sandeep, it's been great having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks. It's a lot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.